Hey everyone, Techne here with something that, believe you me, you want to check out. This thing is so stinking good. I mean, it is just wow. It makes me go wow. Like I just wowed twice right there. But let me tell you what, this thing is just that good. It's such a good mouse. You all know that I love my SteelSeries Rival 310 here. Absolutely love this thing. Got a pair, of course, some lizard skins on it and everything. This guy has not left my desk since I started using it. I just love it. Ergo, palm grip, fantastic mouse. Again, nothing has gotten this off my desk. But this mouse we're talking about today has removed the 310 from my desk, and it's gonna take a place in a closet now. But this mouse we're talking about today is just that good. And that is the Mountain Makalu 67. I'm sure I completely botched that name, but can we take a second and check out this stinking box? I mean, hard, heavy duty box right here. As you can see, this little logo check mark is actually like hard plastic there, like wow, like holy smokes. Open it up, magnetized right there, right in this little flip right down there. You have a little instruction manual, some stickers, a little note from the founder, some extra PTFE feet right here, and the mouse is wrapped in some nice, cushy foam. Wow, what a package. Anyways, let's get to the goods here, right? Let's take a look at this mouse. I mean, let's just take a look at it. Let's just take a second and take it in, all right? All right, so as we just looked at it right there, as we can tell, this is a big mama right here, right? This is for all my palm gripping, claw gripping friends out there, right? If you're wanting a little tiny fingertip gripping mouse, folks, this ain't for you. This ain't for you. But if you like to engulf your hand in a nice, big, chunky piece of plastic right here, whoo, doggy, this one's gonna work great for you. But it is a big mouse. It is definitely geared towards palm grip and, again, a claw grip. I mean, you can dabble with little fingertip, but not really. You definitely claw and palm right here. Now, why I say it's big, it's not necessarily super long. I mean, it is a little bit, but that hump in the middle right there, it gets into your hand, right? Like you set your hand on it, bam, and that mouse is in there, right? Like bam, perfectly right there. No give whatsoever. Again, wrapping from the back of your palm all the way up here, over through your fingers and in. Again, it just goes perfectly with your hand. Again, there's not really much of a gap at all within there. It is a stinking glove. And as far as the shape, it all works out. Again, talking about being big. Yes, it clearly is, right? And when you look at the top, you really can't tell. It almost looks like maybe an egg or maybe a potato or something like that, you know what I mean? But when you flip it around to the side and you start looking at that groove on that thumb, I mean, it just locks your finger into there. And it really does, but it's not drastic like, again, talking about the 310, where it swoops off on the side, or think of the EC series, right? Where it swoops out real to the side right there. So you really kind of lock into it, almost like ambi-ish, but not really, because again, your thumb's coming in here and it really holds into place. So whenever you're flicking, dipping, and moving or whatnot, again, it's just locked onto your hand because your thumb's over here locked in and swoops down a little bit right on the bottom side so your hand's not sliding down onto your mat. The buttons stick out a massive amount, so it's locking right in there. Again, your thumb is in place, right? And then on the back side or the other side over here, again, it swoops down just a little bit. So again, this mouse is just not moving in your hand. It's locked in there and it is great. All right, so I'm sorry to go on about that shape right there. Again, I can just talk about this all day because it's fantastic for me again. We all know mice can be different for everybody, right? But let me tell you what, if you love palm grip, if you love Death Adder, you love 310, you're gonna stinking love this thing right here. There's one mouse that, let me see, did I bring it out? Here we go. The one mouse that always came to my attention whenever I was using this one was the Rocat cane over here, right? And no, I mean, the shapes are clear as day different, you know? But talking about the cane, when I put my hand on it, it takes my hand over, right? Now you can see I got a little bit of a gap up top right here by my knuckles with this one. So kind of think of the cane, this guy's gonna fill out your hand a little bit more even than the cane, you know what I mean? Of course, a side swoop a lot more on this Makalu. I'm gonna say that completely wrong here. But again, locks into your hand more. But again, talking about a mouse that fills out your hand, that's what I get right here. And again, I get that same feeling with the cane. Now, one other thing as far as, I guess, build and grip and comfort of the mouse right here, one thing I don't like is the holes on the right side right here. As you can see on the left side, they go all the way back to the back of the thumb button here. But then when we get to the other side, it kind of stops right up here by that first button. I wish they went back a little bit, because again, if you're in palm, your hand's perfectly fine. Bring it back to a claw, me personally, my pinky comes back a little bit and gets locked right into that second notch right there, which is not comfortable. And again, there's no grips on either side, it's just hard plastic. It's plenty fine, because again, your fingers lock into it. But let me tell you what, slap you some lizard skins on this guy, or whatever grips you have. Wow, holy smokes, is it amazing. All right, so I'm so sorry for going on and on about the dimensions and the shape right there. It's just such a unique, fantastic feel, nothing I've really felt before, and it's that awesome. And again, even if you're not a palm gripper, I recommend you putting this in your hands and trying it. Look at here, I'm over here trying to get out of the shape and dimensions, and I'm still going on about it. It's that stinking good. Anyways, let's go on and push that aside right here. Let's go on and talk about the build. You know, that's how I usually start my mice reviews, but again, the shape and dimensions is just that stinking good. So now talking about the build on a Makalu 67 right here. Number one, it's 67 grams. It is very lightweight. And talking about it being lightweight, you know, we got the stinking holes in it, you know what I mean? But it's not your traditional hole, right? You got kind of this little slant, little kind of looks like double layered right there, right? Not the little honeycomb stuff. But the really cool thing here, talking about this being a lightweight, you know, sliced up mouse, when I was talking to the company about this, by the way, this is a little, I don't want to say prototype, but this is not the one that's going to be a retail. This is a test copy right here. But still, with it being a test copy, when I was talking to the company, they said, hey man, we want you to grip it, squeeze it as hard as you can, give it a heck of a test. And that is stinking awesome. You know, I know people, companies watch my reviews and I give it a consumer review and really test the products out. And when they told me to do that, gosh, I stinking love it. You know what I mean? Most companies would hide behind that and say, hey man, take it easy. You know what I mean? That is stinking awesome. And you know I did. I took this thing, I squeezed the bottom of it. Nothing, right? I squeezed the sides of it. Nothing. I squeezed the top of it. Nothing. Now, that's not saying it's perfect. Again, no creaking, no flexing, no nothing like that. Absolutely solid top to bottom. But I do have two things. Right on the back tail end right here, I have a very, very mild little gap. And when I press on the bottom bit, and then the top bit, you can see it kind of close up right there. It's an absolute pinch, and whenever I'm using it, gaming, working, whatever, I don't really notice it or feel it at all. Like you'd kind of expect to be a little bit of give, but I don't notice it. But again, right here in this review, when I was looking over it again, I spotted that. Now, there is one downfall in my test copy I did have right here, and I brought this to the company's attention. They said in the future, the official release, this issue is fixed actually, and that's within the side buttons right here. Now, the side buttons are very crispy. Straight to the point, I stinking love them. They're big, they stick out, they are awesome. But on my back button right here, I got a little bit of movement. If I press into it and then move forward and back right here, you can hear it, right? It's almost like that, the little lip right there that goes to activate the switch is kind of bouncing back and forth on it. Now, does that happen when I'm basically using it just right here with basic use? No, you can see. It doesn't. Whenever I'm in game, and I use my side buttons a lot in Call of Duty, right? Especially, I think my back one's for slide, so I'm using it constantly. So I'm in here gaming, I press on it, and if I slide back, then, I gotta try to, there we go. See, and then it will actually activate if I press on it and then slide back. So again, it's kind of a combination of you using the buttons and then whichever way the movement of the mouse is at the same time to make it happen. It did happen to me a few times in game. It didn't mess with my game, but it was just annoying because even than hearing it, you felt it as well. And they are stating that again, it will be fixed in the actual release copy. So pretty excited to get my hands on that right there. And then when we flip the mouse over, we are using a 3370 sensor here, absolutely spot on. And just to reiterate again on that build, as you can see, just about no flex. I am leaning the heck into this mouse. As you can see on my fingers, I got indentions now. So again, the build is fantastic. I want to talk about it all day. As far as their feet, 100% PTFE, and they're pretty decent. They're actually pretty big, rounded on the edges, very nice. I wish there was a glide right in the middle right here. But again, as far as these wrapping around, very nice, smooth glide. Now talking about the cable right here, very nice paracord style cable. It's a little bit thicker. I don't want to say thicker, maybe heavier. I don't know. I don't think any of those are really right, you know, because it's so flexible. As you can see right here, I gotta get pretty close for it to move the mouse. But other than that, it's pretty nice, but you can tell it is a little bit thicker, but again, very nice and flexible. I don't even see a reason to paracord unless you want to go aesthetics. Look at it going into the mouse right here. Check out that little lead right there. I mean, it shoots up and it shoots out for a while. So you don't get any of that initial drag right on your mouse pad. It feels amazing. And now going right back to the top of the mouse right here. This mouse does have RGB as well, but it's just right around that scroll wheel and that DPI button right there. And you can adjust the RGB right on the mouse here. And it cycles through again a solid or a couple effects right there. And you can go into the software again, and this is where you can adjust your DPI and all that stuff. And you can adjust the RGB in there as well, and then save it right to the mouse. But the stinker about that is once you save it to the mouse, say if you go to your mouse again and you cycle through another RGB, it's gonna disable that RGB that you saved. You understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of like erases that RGB profile, and you're gonna have to go back into the software and save it to the mouse, which is quite a stinker. It does save your RGBs and everything, but as far as the RGB, if you go in there and cycle through RGBs, again, you're not gonna be able to cycle back to, say, your solid red or whatever. It's just gonna be the preset RGBs. And I did also talk with them about that, and they said they are talking with their software guys about that to get that RGB to save on there. But me personally, heck, I just leave the RGB off. And also, one last thing about the RGB, as you notice going right around there, you saw each light zone, right, like quite bold in there. That is corrected also with the newer ones, and they did send me pictures of that as well, and it looks pretty solid going around it now rather than each zone just being kind of right bold out there. So all in all, the Mountain Makalu 67 right here, what do I think of it? Obviously, if you stuck through this video, you know I stinking love it. Clear as day, I absolutely do. I'm a very big palm grip fan and claw grip. I just about never fingertip. And this mouse is a stinking dream. Like, again, if I was to put my hand on something and say, hey, I want a mouse, it'd be like this. I guess the one thing I would change is, hey, don't make it honeycomb or holes in it, you know, make it solid, you know? But again, as far as it is, again, slap you some grips on it. Wow, if you love finger grip, trust you me and try this mouse. Now, it is not released yet. It's up for pre-order right now, $59.99, and I believe it releases or starts shipping in November. And let me tell you what, trust me, if you love palm grip or you just love testing out new mice and getting them in your hand, something unique, something original, trust me here and get this mouse. Pre-order it. Because let me tell you what, you will thank me. Again, just talking about something unique and something different to get in your hands. But again, for you palm grip, claw grip fans, trust me, you are gonna love this. So hey, thank you so much for stopping by and watching my review on the Mountain Makalu 67. That name just does not roll off my tongue very well. But thank you so much for stopping by and watching this review. I hope I answered some questions if you're curious about this mouse. So sorry to go on and on about the shape and dimensions of it. It's just an absolute dream. I couldn't ask for anything better right here, you know? But again, I hope I answered some questions if you're interested, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. Hey, I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.